milling a white oak log into 4/4 boards. They're all laying down in bed taking a nap now. They ate all that apple pie, hot apple pie with ice cream. Ah, you sorry sucker. I hate that. Because I try to catch it with the dog to make it flip on over, but it didn't roll fast enough. That thing's pretty.
It ain't touching, but it's on a knot right here.
Is it on a knot?
Yeah, right. The knot is on the bolt.
So you turn it.
Reason that it's,
ain't touching. I turn it just a little bit. Yeah, we can turn it just a little bit. Off from it?
Yeah. Yeah, everything.
Good there? Now to get good boards and stuff out of this, here's what you got to do. Measure this log. They call this the pith. So that's 8.5 to the pith. Measure there. The center of a log was centerpiece, it's called the pith. So you measure 8.5 to the pith. Then you go down here and measure. That way you keep up with the cut of the grain. And that's almost 8.5, just raised up by what, 1/4 inch? Raised up 1/4 inch, it'll be right dead in the middle again. That's how you get perfect.
From the bunk or the log itself?
From the bunk. That's probably enough right there. Just took a little, just 1/4 inch. Yeah, you can't get to the bunk unless you go like this. That's what I usually try to do. But see, you can't do it. You have to put it up like that. So that's about 8. That's just a little bit more. That's 8.25. That'd be more. So that's about 8.5. That should be it right there. What you're doing, you're cutting with the grain to make it, and then center the pith up so you can cut the pith out, what makes it better lumber. I think this thing's getting heavier and heavier every time I get, every day. Feels like it anyway. That'll go down as you start cutting. This is going to be a nice log. get it 90 degrees. Just a hair more. That's always the fun part. We're doing 4/4 boards out of this. I don't remember if I said it or not. How long is this log? This log is 8 foot and 9 inches.
You measure this, because that's that peak out here. You want to get that far or left?
12. Huh?
You get from here, you want to get this. When you measure the length?
Yeah, no, I just thought 9 foot's close enough. 12, we're trying to cut below the wane. So right there you got 12 and a half to get to it almost all there. Up here you got 13 and a half. In the middle you got 14 there. 14 there. So we got what, 12 and a half was it down here?
12 and a half.
So,
yeah, kind of go down.
Yeah, so if we go 12 1/4, we'll cut all the wane off. That way you don't have to keep flipping it to cut wane off from each side. Now we're going to take a 4/4 board. I think we might take 1 or 2 off this side to clean it up. This is a good one. Now we'll roll another 90. And let our bunk down to the other end. 12 at that end, 12 at this end. Take one more, see what she looks like back this way. Nah, that should be all right right there. Now we'll flip it another 190. Now we should go from here down and make 10-inch boards. Or 12-inch boards, I'm sorry. That's what we got to take off here. Come over here. Over here. See, if you take this all the way down to here, you'll lose all that top lumber, which is straight. But if you go across here and make like 6-inch board, so you need to go down to about right there. So if you measure up, just guessing at it, that's down to about 10 inches. That'll make you a 6-inch board on the second cut. See what I mean? Instead of throwing all this, if I cut it all the way down to here, I'm gonna throw all this away. Since this board, I mean, log's so straight and flat, no bends or curves. Right here, if I take it down, if you measure across here, you say, that's 6, there's 8 inches, but I can't get 8, so I'll probably get 6. So if I take it down to 10, that'll clean that up. So if you go across here, that gives you 6 inches across that top. Your second cut will give you a board. You just have to cut the wane off the side of them, you'll have a 6-inch board. See, if you go to your narrower spot, that's 7 inches. So you'll be able to cut off and still get a 6-inch board out, or a 7-inch board right there. There's a 6-inch board from that line. But if you cut a little bit more, you'll get a 6-inch board out of this top piece. That way you ain't wasting cutting all the way down. Get every board you can get. Now this. It's all you. There you go. Do you see how I did that? Yeah. You see we barely took the top cut off. I can measure 6 inches across. With most boards you want at least 6 inches, unless you want a 4-inch board, but very seldom. But it gives you 6, it gives you enough to cut off. You still make a 4 or 6-inch board out of it. Yeah. But if you go down that far, then your second cut will give you a board where you just trim it up and you've got a 6-inch board. That way you don't, because that would have been a wasted board if we went all the way down.
So to get the wane off?
Yeah, to get the wane off, you'd wasted 2 more boards. Trying to explain to my helper how we read a log and how to get the most out of it that you can. That way, if I learn him how to do it, and he can read the logs and everything, then when I'm not available to mill, he can. And I hope y'all give my helper a thumbs up and a like, and give him a comment. He'd appreciate it and probably like it, since this is his first time. A couple of times he ran the mill, but this first time he's been steady running it. We should probably get about close to 10 boards out of this. Come on back. I might flip it and get more boards. Come on back. I'm going to look at it and see if we flip it, because we're at 6 to 8 inch boards. We don't need 12 or 14 inch boards. We're going to flip it 90 degrees, and we'll get 7 inch boards out of it, and we'll get a lot more than we keep on going the way we're going. And I don't like flipping it with a roller, because it tears into the wood, so I use the dog to flip it. Bring it out a little bit, lower it down to the back. Hope I do it right. Now watch me do it wrong. There you go. Now that didn't tear it up. The teeth in the roller will tear the wood up if you don't watch out. All right, let me go ahead and set it up for him. He's never set it up like this before. I'll show him how to do that. I'll show you how you set it up to start your 4/4 boards, 1 inch boards. Yeah, here's how you set it up. Make sure it's on manual, and watch the blade, and just barely touch it until it touches the wood. See it touching?
We'll cut it off manual.
That's manual. Now pull it back. Hit your 1/1/8. That's an 4/4 board. There's manual. Oh shit, I did it wrong. There you go, 1 1/8. Now hit your down button. That's your first board. You see how I did it?
So the 1 1/8, is that already in there?
I got it in there.
You already?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Now you can start cutting from there. I'll show you how to set this up. That's easy. See, we'll get a lot more boards this way than we would the other way. Them are 7-inch boards, so you can come down to 6 or whatever, 5-inch, but you'll get a lot more going this way than you would the other way. That thing putting out water. You see the board stressing coming up?
Yeah.
That's what you come on. That don't bother you. That's fine. Yeah, because you can nail a board down. If it starts to go sideways, you're in trouble. You can't straighten a crooked sideways board, but you can lay a board down and get weight on it and lay it back. Or when you nail it down, whatever you do with it, you can always flatten it back down. But if it curves with you, that's a waste of board. That means you have to flip the log, flip the cant, and cut it back the way it ain't curving left to right.
I just felt like I might have cut it off like before I got to the end, but I don't think I did. I just wanted to see if it cut.
Yeah. I always let it go past it about 6 or 8 inches or so. It ain't gonna hurt it. Oh, I already did that, I think, didn't you? No, you didn't do that yet, have you? Hope y'all don't get bored sitting here watching me watch him. But so far he's doing a great job. He's learning the mill little by little. And the best thing about it, he's very cautious. Cutting smooth. Looks like we'll get about 10 boards out of this. And we captured the pith right dead center of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 board. The 5th board down, the pith is captured right dead to center. So, in other words, cut that board in half when we're done and make a 2.5 inch board or 2 inch board out of it for trim, white oak. You're all right there. Eight boards so far. She might get 11. I know we'll get 10 at least. We got one more white oak. It's probably about 16 to 18 foot long. Probably looks like about 22, 24 inches round. It's pretty good size, nice log. Straight as an arrow. Probably one of the best ones we've had for a little while, especially out of this bunch. This one wasn't too bad. Come on back a little bit more. That's good. Yep. Yeah, because you know if you go up and drop it, well, I don't know if you looked at a measurement a while ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't above 2, was it? No. Below 2, wasn't it?
It was, well, below 2, but it was above 2,
yeah. But you got to be 2 and an 8 to hit 1. And I know it ain't going to do that. So bit on manual. Hit your manual mode. Bit on manual.
Okay.
Now drop your lever down until it hits 1. Too far. Right there. That's good. Perfect. There you go. Yep, that's a good one. You can take off right there if you want to.
What's the one that's the one below it or the one above it?
Right now, below it. All your wood you're cutting, all the ones on top are above it.
Right.
The last boards is 1 inch below.
And then the one above it gonna be thin.
No, this one here is going to be 7/8 of a board. It ain't going to be 4/4. because you need 1 1/8 to make a 4/4 board. Because an 1/8" saw blade, the thickness.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a thin piece of wood in there, though.
No.
It's not on this one.
Shut it off too soon?
No,
Oh.
you want to get a little further away before I start breaking the blade up?
Yeah.
So I know I had it, I just...
That's a lot easier, ain't it? Yeah, so that's a little bit easier, ain't it? I'm gonna pick that whole stack up, leave them on there, and we'll just set them down there in that stack after I set this down.
This going all the way on the ground?
No, this is going on that. We got how much room we got down there? All right, we appreciate y'all watching the videos.